Hi, I am Carlos Carrera and I designed the lesson plan number 5 in which the topic is past perfect versus past simple for first bachelor B. So this class will have been taught on November 6th of the current year. And what I am trying to achieve with this lesson is that the students will be able to listen to sentences and conversation identify the past perfect and simple among them. Tell sentences or events using past perfect and past simple. Read text identifying the past perfect and past simple in them. And of course, writing sentences using past perfect and past simple. The method that I am going to use is the presentation, practice, and production, also known as PPP method. I have already explained why I always will use this method for introducing a topic. My strategy would have been a project. So let's start with the explanation of this class. After greeting my students, I will tell them that for that day they are going to see a fight among the past and his perfect twin brother, the past perfect. So the students get an idea of what they are going to learn. I do this because this will wake up their curiosity. When someone says a fight, they always listen. They want to know who is gonna fight and who is going to win. Too. So with this, they will be ready to learn. Okay. After that, I will explain how the past simple and the past perfect work. Or basic explanation of every class or less. After the explanation, I will tell the students, oh, that we are going to work in a exercise, as a warm-up activity, and in which they will make sentences using past simple, but the classmate that is near them has to change it to a sentence of past perfect. And in the same way, if the first student tell a sentence in past perfect, then his classmate has to say it in past simple. All this done in order that they practice both past perfect and past simple. After the exercise, I will tell them that they are going to work on page 37 on exercise 4, in which they will read and complete sentences using past simple or past perfect. Exercise 5, in which they will write true or false according to the reading. And exercise 6, in which they will complete sentences using past simple and past perfect too. Then they will work on two worksheets using past simple or past perfect to complete the sentences. And finally, the project is that they will have to do a visual presentation about their favorite tale or story, but it must sound that all the events of that tale or story have already passed. To illustrate better these activities, I will tell some exercises. For example, on the page 37, exercise 4, they will have, and then the car, a blank, uh, whatever continues, and he have to say, the car arrived at, he has been seen on, and work on page 37, exercise 5. For example, if in the reading it says that Susanna has a dog, but in the question it says that Susanna has a cat, where of course the response is false. The on exercise 6, as the same as the first activity, they will have to complete sentences using past perfect or past simple. So, for example, if it say that they have hair, well, whatever continues, they have to complete with it. Or in another case, they will have to use the verb in past participle to complete the sentence. On the first worksheet, they will have to rewrite or scramble some words. For example, number one, it had fallen off the wall, and they will have find it as while it falling had off. Exercise like that. Worksheet number two, they will find when I blank in Japan, I another blank, everything very different. The response is when I was in Japan, I found everything very different. And finally, the project. So this will be like many years ago. Little Red Riding Hood was at her mother's home. Then her mother asked if she, and well, you know what continues, but everything has to be tell as if that already happened. Okay, for the phases in which this activity will be developed, we find the guided practice. For guided practice, students will work on page 37, exercise 4, in which they will complete sentences using past simple or past participle. On the same page, they will work on exercise 5, in which they will write true or false according to the reading, as I previously said or explained. And finally, working on exercise 6, in which they will complete sentences using past simple and past perfect. For the independent practice, a student will have to do a visual presentation in which they will have to tell their favorite story, but everything, as I previously said, sounds it has already happened. Um, and like assessment. For assessment, student will have to work on a worksheet using past perfect and another worksheet using the past simple. I believe that working in a worksheet makes the students reinforce the knowledge and also is a method that we use to assess their performance so we could know if they have improved or if they need more practice for the next lesson. For the closing review and follow up, I will ask the students, the typical, I will ask the students if there is any doubt and may exercise if needed to reinforce the knowledge. And that would have been my class.